Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All on Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Get back on this motherfucker once again. Oh, shit. Getting back on it. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, motherfuckers. I know some of y'all, a lot of new people coming into my social sphere, right? A lot of new people. Don't get too freaked out by the language, the vulgarity, because we talking all that real life shit here. And I took a little break, did I not? I didn't take a break from life, motherfuckers. I didn't take a break from becoming the best version of myself. But I took a little break from getting on here. It's been a week, right? Last time I was on here, I was on the road. Scottsdale, Arizona. It was beautiful. I had a beautiful few days traveling, exploring, hiking, and even some mysterious things that just came up along the way, man. This journey called life. You keep engaging life, and guess what? Things open up, things happen out of nowhere. So I'd like to welcome any new viewers saying, who the fuck is this guy? Hello. Thank you, right? Thank you for being a new friend, an old friend, an unknown. Infinite possibilities in this day and age, man. I hope y'all are doing great. I hope life is treating you the way it should treat you. And I hope that you realize that however life is treating you, it's what you need right now. Right? It may not be what you want, but it's what you need. Whatever the circumstances is, they're your creation. You created your circumstances. Thus, if you don't truly enjoy what you're going through, try and find the gold in it. As I just saw 222 come across the screen. There's gold in every moment, right? The harder the circumstances, right? It's almost like the bigger the breakthrough, the bigger the opportunity to really expand who you are. And I know I've demonstrated that on this show, right, for the past year, right? Today is an incredible day for me, right? First and foremost, 16 years ago, wow, 16 years ago, one of the greatest gifts of my life happened, which was to become a father, right? I became a father for the first time 16 years ago. My daughter Maya turned 16 today. And man, I just remember that the joy of that experience. It was an incredible experience to be like, wow, I got a lot more responsibility now. Knowing again what I came from, right? I came from a situation where my biological father was very abusive, um, a lot of trauma, right? Came from him and him just dealing with his own shit, man. And then projecting that upon my mother and then myself, even just at the earliest ages. So I can tell you that I've had that father wound, right? I've had a mother wound. I got wounds, traumatic wounds in my life, and we talk that real life shit here because I truly do believe trauma is it's the secret ingredient to all the suffering, right, in this world. Not all, right? There is some physical suffering that's happening in this world, but the psychological suffering that's happening in this world, it's all based on the trauma. I seen it today. I was watching someone, they posted up, it was like a podcast interview, and it hit home because one of the things as I go to 11 years of sobriety, right? After hitting rock bottom, that's me, the drunk motherfucker hitting rock bottom 11 years ago, realizing I had to switch. I had to change some shit up. I couldn't keep living a life of just party, motherfucking more. That shit gets tiring, man. If y'all still partying, God, who still parties in 2023, man? And you over the age of like 30 something. I mean, every once in a while, I get it, right? It's your birthday. It's your best friend's birthday. It's I don't know what else. New Year's, right? New Year's. Does New Year's warrant partying? But how many of y'all? It's Friday. It's like it's the weekend. I'ma still party. Fuck, man. Partying. God, that's what it used to be about. And that's the real talk that we do here, right? That's the real shit that's on my heart. Is trying to wake motherfuckers up to realize that, man, there's something greater than partying. Partying. Yes, you're an adult now. No one's gonna tell you what the fuck to do. So if you want to go party, you get to go party. But I'm watching this podcast and she's talking about how having addictions to sweets is related to trauma. She was saying that when you have these addictions to sweets, and I have a sweet tooth, right? Everybody around me knows that. And I used to say, oh, well, it's just because I stopped drinking that, I still need it. And it's like, no, no, no. I know that when there's some emotional shit going on under the surface, that I am more apt to go get sweets, right? I want some candy, right? I want something sweet. And so this lady was breaking that down, that to relating it to the trauma, that it's based on abandonment wounds, right? Emotional wounds. She was saying if you're someone that that really has like a craving for crunchy stuff, right? Chips or chewing on ice. She was saying that you've dealt with a lot of stress throughout your life, right? So it's really interesting. And a lot of times we don't want to figure this shit out. And it's hard to, right? Trauma. We think we want the magic trick to fix us, right? We want Jesus to come into our lives and take away all our burdens and everything's good. And it's not. It don't work. That does not get rid of the trauma. The programs, because these programs are programs. They're running on the subconscious level of your self. And so every time something that you encounter is triggered, guess what rolls out? A program. And the program is rooted in your subconscious. So the Jesus isn't going to clean that up. It's not going to do it. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. Right? You may get salvation when you die. That may get you the open door to heaven, but it's not going to eliminate your suffering psychologically at an emotional level here on this earth. Anybody want to come at me and debate that? Let's do it. Let's do it. I welcome anybody that truly disagrees with what I'm saying, that calls it bullshit, right? Let's go. I mean, I'll do the show live with you on the phone or whatever, and we could talk. We could talk about this stuff. But at the end of the day, the trauma. So I'm having to look at my own self, right? And what woke me up, I talk about this all the time, is for 2 years, I stepped into the classroom. I finished an MBA and said, I want to go make a difference. I don't want to just start another business. I want to go make a difference. So I said, I want to go impact children. So I became a 4th and 5th grade teacher, Mr. Scargill, for 2 years. I kicked ass. I loved connecting with kids. But here's the thing. I went to the worst school in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the bottom of the bottom, the F school, struggling, beautiful children. But guess what? I started seeing dead energy on these kids. And then we started having trainings, right, about how to identify and facilitate, right, trauma in children. And it was like, whoa, this shit really started to hit home, where I had to start looking in my own mirror and saying, wait, how has trauma impacted my life? And the truth is, in profound ways, in very long lasting, significant ways, trauma had impacted my life. And still to this day, it still creeps out because I'm still healing and trying to reprogram not only my mind, but my body, right, on how to self-regulate. That when I am triggered or when things are happening outside of me that are bringing back this time when I was 0 to 10 years old and I had these traumatic experiences, right? I had to, I'm having to learn how to change up my response, emotional response to these things. Do you understand this? right? You can't just think your way into it. You can't just pray yourself into peace, to truly having peace within you, if you haven't even worked through some major shit that happened in your life, especially 0 to 10 years old, being abused, being neglected, right? Being feeling like a burden, right? And I'm talking about, this is real shit that goes on. There's no humans. I truly believe it. No one is exempt from trauma. And it's crazy because it's the only word, it's not in the Bible. Prove me wrong. There's a lot of traumatic events in the Bible, but there's no, trauma is not in the Bible. And guess what? A process to heal it is also not in there. It's magic tricks. And I know that hurts a lot of people of faith, because I got a lot of friends of faith. I have faith. I believe in God, right? However, I just know that, again, it's all on me to heal myself, to rescue myself from this world. As I'm seeing all this synchronicity, 11:11 just came up as I'm speaking this. That's how I know I'm in alignment. That's how I know, again, you guys know this ain't rehearsed, right? There's no rehearsal here. There's no script. I'm just getting on here, pressing a button and talking, right? Flowing with what I am experiencing. And I can be very vulnerable with you too, because I know deep down, you know, deep down, some of the shit that you're hiding, some of your flaws, let's call it, right? And in this world, we just want to be accepted for who we are, and that's a beautiful thing. Most people are not accepting. Most people are judging, critical, right? Cynical of other people, right? Carrying around their own level of self-hatred and projecting that on other people. So we truly aren't accepting of other people, right? And you see that because look at the state of our political, right, society. Everybody divided on politics and social bullshit issues. It's a fucking joke show, man. It's a shit show. When the real experience is with yourself, right? And what are you going to do to heal yourself, to become the best version of yourself, to take 100% responsibility for your life? That's what it takes. That's the, it's all on me, not it's all about me. It's all on me is saying, I'm going to take 100% responsibility. The good, the bad, and the motherfucking ugly shit that's happened to me in my life, right? And yes, I use vulgarity here because, again, the level of my language, right? The intensity of my language is only equal to the level of human suffering that I see in the eyes of people every single day, man. People are suffering. They're hiding their suffering. They're suppressing their suffering. They're going through living these fucking mediocre lives when you have greatness in you. I believe in it. I believe you have greatness in you, right? But yet we settle, right? We become complacent, right? And it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy of this existence that is so fragile. It is so quick, right? Your existence on this earth happens so fast. Time goes by so quick, right? That you really don't have time to waste, right? You think you can do it next year. You think you can start next week. You think you need 5 more years to finish up what you're doing now to start something else. And it's all lies, right? If there's something inside of you, a true desire you have in your heart, you need to start working on that. If you think of like a gardening, right? We're getting into spring. So people are going to start gardening, right? And if you've ever done a garden or ever planted seeds, right, you have to like start germinating the seeds now, getting the sproutlings going so that later on, April and May, when it really starts warming up, you can then transplant those into the ground, right? And they already kind of have a jump start. Do you see where I'm going with this? You need to get a jump start. If there's something you want to accomplish in this life, it's time to get a jump start. All right. If you want to improve your finances, now is when you start improving your finances, not next year, not when you get a better paying job, right? Because you need to learn the skills to manage your finances better now, right? Regardless of inflation, regardless of the prices of everything, right? You have to learn how to maximize what you have right now and have gratitude for it too. Because I also know that in my own journey, I have a lot of resistance that comes on me in the spirit of lack, right? Does anybody ever do any of you feel like you're lacking right now? Right? You're lacking more love, you're lacking a deeper relationship, you're lacking income, right? You're lacking in health, right? You're lacking in resources, you're lacking in freedom, right? You're lacking in happiness, you're lacking in joy, you're lacking in peace, right? You're lacking in friends, you're lacking in real social connections, right? You're lacking in travel and fun experiences, right? Any of this shit hitting home with you today? And yet I experienced that too. We all experience that. But here's the truth of it, that even if you get what you think you're lacking, right? Us people, we're so fucked that it's never enough until you appreciate what you got now, right now. You learn to have gratitude through thick and thin, right? These are the shit we say when we get married, when we make these deep connections, and then 50% plus of the population can't hold those connections, right? We grow old or we grow apart or we do all this other shit. And so when you have that spirit of lacking, right, you really got to flesh it out. You got to really start to say, one, that's an area that you need to put some focus in, right? Because you can improve. That's the beautiful thing about humans, is we have the unlimited possibilities to start to change and improve and increase any area of our life, right? And it starts in the mind, right? And then it starts with our actions. You have to actually do this shit. You can't just sit there and just hope that things will change. Just hope that by sitting there and thinking about losing 50 pounds, that in 3 weeks, if you just sit there and think about it enough, it's going to happen. No, right? You have to start regulating and understanding what you put into your body, right, is what you have to show. You're reaping what you're sowing. If you're sowing in bad nutrition, guess what? That's how you feel. You feel like shit. It frustrates me. I don't even know if that's the right word, right? When I see you guys posting up all this food porn as if somehow your life is great because you're eating all this unhealthy, really delicious, but super unhealthy food. Like when you see someone posting up fried food, just food that you know is like, it's unhealthy. It's just not healthy food, right? It's like turn the camera in reverse, right? I put a challenge out there. If you're gonna post a picture of your food, then post a picture of you. Right? Do a comparison side by side. Here's my food that I'm so proud of, but here's me that I'm not proud of. That's the real talk. You're proud of the fact that you can afford to go out and eat unhealthy food, but you know that you are not proud of yourself. Period. At the deepest levels. Y'all disagree with me? Fine, disagree with me. I know I can feel the energy on people that are posting up pictures of unhealthy meals out at restaurants. I can sense the energy. This isn't judgment. This isn't arrogance, you guys. This is an energy game. We are all connected, right? And so when you see someone posting up pictures after pictures, day after day of unhealthy food, you know this person's not healthy. You know that they're not feeling good. If that is what you are putting in your body and celebrating, I guarantee it that if this person got real with themselves, they're miserable as fuck. How do I know that? Because I've been there. I know what it is to let shit go. And I'm super excited, you guys. I've been putting this out there. And it's, I got into the health coaching recently, right? I've been putting out this message for over a year, but I've been working on myself hardcore, man, for a long time, but definitely for the last 11 years now, right? Really working on myself. And one of those four places that I'm working on the most, right, is my mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. Again, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health, right? And trying to get to the highest level on all four of those areas. Because there's people that, anybody can lose weight. There's plenty of crash diets. There's plenty of bullshit out there. It's going to help you just fucking lose the weight, right? But if you don't instill a new mindset, new habits, right, and have some accountability, it's going to come right back on. And you already know that. However, right, one of my closest friends, I've been working with him now for almost 3 weeks. He's already dropped 20 pounds. What have you done in 3 weeks in terms of your health? Where's the results, motherfuckers? Results kill excuses. That's what we do here, right? I won't get on here if we're not stacking up results, if I don't have something to toot my fucking horn about, right? Because I know the results that I'm getting. I know what I'm visualizing. I know what I'm calling into my life. And it's big shit, right? A year ago, I took on the Motel Project. And it's like we're finally getting to a place where we can start celebrating this because we're turning the page. Today, our new sign out on the road's getting installed. And that's the biggest game changer. As a guy that was 10 years in the sign business, when you switch the sign out front, it's real. It's the real deal now, right? And so it's just super exciting. Check us out, themysticsantafe.com. Our website's live now, right? We're and it's something to be very proud of, man. We have transformed this property from the inside out, digging into every system, right? The sewer, the electrical, the heating, the air conditioning, the Wi-Fi, right? Everything, man. We've had to get so deep into this property, into this facility to upgrade, right? And to make those improvements. But it's the same as us. That's why I love this journey so much. That's why I've been so heavily invested in this process, is because I think it's the same reflection as ourselves. If you want true change, true transformation, it starts on the inside, not on the outside, right? And most of you women are really good at doing the shit on the outside. Guys, not so much, right? You ladies are really good. You change your hair and you feel a little better because people are giving you compliments, right? You get a new haircut, you get your hair did, get the nails did, right? Right? Get some skin treatments, some facials and stuff. Y'all ladies are really good at doing the outside shit. But in 23, man, that's not good enough. That's not sexy. Sexy in 23 is being healthy and secure mentally and emotionally, right? Y'all with me on this? I mean, are we not tired of toxic relationships, toxic people? And yes, we all point the finger. They're a narcissist. They're this, they're that. Fuck that shit, right? Sure. Okay. Take responsibility, though, for you. Because, see, here's the truth. Y'all ready for truth? If you're saying that you were with a narcissist in a past relationship and you ain't gonna put up with that shit no more, do you realize that the love you have is the love you attract? Are you willing to accept that? Right? It's the law of attraction. If you're narcissistic, you're going to call in someone narcissistic. Oh, no, that's not true. This person lied to me. They betrayed me. They did all this stuff. Okay. But here's the other revelation I had recently, is that everyone else that you see, right, outside of yourself, they're a different version of yourself. I know you can't catch that. Every other person is a different version of yourself because we're all connected. Do you believe this shit? Probably not. You're like, nah, bullshit. I'm not that motherfucker. I'm not these people. I'm not those people. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. They're different versions of you. But yet it's our ego, right, that separates us, that makes us feel that we're so different, that we're better than somebody, right? Or a lot of times we do both, right? If you are psychologically honest with yourself, you do both. There are people you know out there that you feel worse than, right? Because they're better than you. They're more successful than you. They're more accomplished than you. So you feel worse than them. And there are people in your life that you feel better than. You look down on them and say, at least I'm not that person. I'm better than them. I'm doing much better than that person. I look better than them. I'm not as fat as them. I'm not as ugly as them. We do both, right? And what we do is we attract who we are. And can you hear this shit? Can you truly hear it and say, you know what? If the people that you have in your life, the closest people to you, if they're not the best type of people, right? Well, guess what? You are the common denominator of those people. You're not an anomaly. You're not like this, oh, I'm so much different. No, you're the same. Like attracts like. And so I've experienced this too and shared this story extensively, right? And it's really raising your limits, raising your standards. Tony Robbins talks about it a lot, right? That if you want to change your life, you have to change your standards. And yet a lot of us, we change our standards mentally, where we say, I'm not going to put up with this type of person. I now want, a younger, healthier, richer person in my life. But you're not willing to become younger, healthier, or richer. Do y'all hear this shit? But that's what you want, right? You want somebody better than who you have had. But are you becoming the person? This is the great exercise of this process, especially in terms of relationships. If you were to, again, you know me, I'm a huge journaler. If you were to get a piece of paper and write out the dream partner, your dream partner, right? The person, guy or gal, right? That would be the dream person that you would desire to have in your life. What characteristics would you want them to have? Would you want them to be, handsome or beautiful, sexy, honest, committed, available, adventurous, intelligent, smart, funny, all of those things, right? That you would look for in like your perfect person. Your perfect person, the person, your one, the one for you, you write all this shit down, right? And the tough part is once you have actually written it down, and you can edit stuff, you can add stuff. Like we're so fucking afraid to fuck up in this world. When we all do that, we all fuck up. I have fucked up more than most, right? And I own this shit. I'm not proud of my fuck ups, right? But I'm not that same motherfucker right there. I can guarantee it, right? Same name, same social, but definitely not the same energy, right? Not the same beliefs, not the same values, not the same habits. Really, our habits is what makes us who we are, right? So if you don't ever go to the gym, well, that tells me your habits. I know the type of person you are. If you eat fast food on any sort of a regular basis, that's your habits. I know the type of person that you are. You don't know the person I am. Yes, I fucking do. We're not that mysterious. Do I know about all your deep, dark secrets? No. And do I want to know about all your deep, dark secrets? No. Right? But there's a lot of you going around hiding deep, dark secrets from the people you say you love and sleeping next to you. And that shit's fucked because this is a game of energy and there's blockages there. So we have to learn how to take that responsibility and realize that, look, when we write down the perfect person that we want in our life, right? We have to become that person, guys. Can y'all even fathom that? Right? And I know that I think I probably reach even more women than I do men, which I'm grateful for you ladies, right? It's Women International Women's Day this week, right? Yay, women. And I think even women, y'all are settling for a lot less in terms of allowing society to define what a woman is, right? Y'all don't even protect that no more. Anybody can say they're a woman now, right? As if it's not a biological thing. And so we're allowing all this fuckery to come into our conscience, and we're not checking it. But I know I do reach a lot of women, and I appreciate the men too. I just appreciate the audience that gravitates and is attracted, right? The law of attraction to this message, because it's not for everybody. I'm not trying to be everybody's favorite, right? I just know that the people I am reaching, when they reach out to me, when they hit me up with a message or some encouragement, man, it fills me up, and there's reciprocity there. And I know that this message is important because, God, I've learned so much along my healing journey. And for me to be honest with myself and to say, you know what? I need to become that which I desire to have. So if I want someone to be faithful, committed, honest, healthy, active, beautiful, handsome, whatever it is, right? Like you flesh this stuff out. If you want somebody that's like healthy and active, guess what? You need to become healthy and active. Hello. You need to become that. And genuine, because I have a lot of people, right? It's real talk. I'll get women that hit me up and they're attracted to my energy, probably, right? My looks, that just my lifestyle, adventurous, getting outdoors, doing things. And it's like, they don't really do that stuff, but they're asking, hey, well, how do we, I want to know if we would be a good match, or, how we connect. And I'm like, but look, I don't drink. You drink, right? I love to work out on a regular basis, and I eat a certain diet. You don't do any of that. Oh, but I'd be willing to start doing that. It's like, that you got to meet me where I'm at. That's what's really important, is meeting me where I'm at. And I think you deserve the same. And a lot of you have visions of like someone like this, like perfect person, but when you look in the mirror, you want this person is supposed to come and fix you, right? Or to complete you. And that's the wrong attitude. No one on this planet is going to complete you other than yourself. You have to be feeling whole and complete. When you see people, and we say this, but it's in our psychology. It's psychologically ingrained in us. These little sayings of, oh, my better half. Well, better half, what are you saying? Are you saying that y'all, two people, your definition of a relationship is two half-assed people? Because what else would that mean? My better half, right? Because it's not half and half equals a whole. You need two whole people, right? To then create a third entity called a relationship. But it's like, we don't want to get to this. And so when I say, ladies, you need to raise your standards, I'm talking about not you need to strive for a higher quality man or whatever. I'm saying you have to take ownership of your situation, right? You have to challenge yourself to become better, a better version of yourself, right? And that's a challenge for anybody, right? To try and become a better version of themselves, right? Because the only way you could become a better version of yourself is you get honest with yourself, and you start to look inwards, and you start to have to reveal some of the nasty shit that is you. And know that you can change that up. You can heal those wounds, right? And when you heal those wounds, right, you find your truth. You allow for the desires of your heart to actually come out, and then you're not feeling judgment. You're not feeling shame. You're not feeling like you're not good enough, right? Because you can now validate yourself. You don't need someone else to come and validate you. It feels good when people do, right? But it's not a requirement that you have in this day and age. And I can tell you that I stepped away for about a week, right? It's been a week since I got back on this, and I've been doing this for like 3 weeks. I'm getting messages coming in. I'm not sure what it's about. I must be saying things that's triggering people today. And that's okay. Right? I like to have real talk here. But I'll tell you is the interesting thing about my trip was I had a healing experience. I want to share this with you guys because I believe, it's all about raising your limits, right? Whatever that standard is that you have right now. Again, if you have a high standard, right? If you're someone that toots your horn and says, like, we've all done this, right? In the dating scene. Oh, I got high standards. I don't settle, right? And then you land up settling. Or you land up passing on really good people because they're not quite your type, right? We're so caught up on type versus quality of person, right? And that's another area what I'm talking about with a lot of women, because I have a lot of women that I coach and mentor, and they're unfulfilled right now, right? Because they're not finding quality men, or at least what their standard is, what their expectation is. They're feeling let down. And it's sort of like, well, where have all the good men gone? Well, there's a lot of good men out there, right? But society, and even from the earliest ages of storytelling, right? I think a lot of you little girls are waiting for Prince Charming to walk through the door, and he's got to be, what is it? It's the sixes, right? 6 foot tall, 6 figures, right? And there's another one, but it's just this high expectation when it's like, when you really boil it down to men that fit in this highest level category, is very few. And the men that are there, they have access to a lot of options. So if you want a man of high quality like that, guess what? You have to become a high quality woman. It has to be reciprocity. And yet there's a lot of people that are sitting there miserable, lonely, sad, feeling a lot of the lack I talked about earlier. And yet you're not willing to raise your own limit, to raise your own standards, to bust past your own limiting beliefs, to really improve who you are. Because I can tell you that as you put work on yourself, right, you will start to attract better quality people, right? But if you continue that, if you feel like you're in this rut where, man, I just keep getting all these losers, right? Are you willing to look in your mirror and say, I must be a loser too? And that sucks to have to say that. Like, I'm a fucking loser. But if you are saying that on a regular basis, why do I keep getting all these fucking losers, or these deadbeat guys, or these men that are not committal, right? Are you willing to have that conversation with yourself, to say and to see it through the lens of, I am attracting what I am, and what I am and what I'm saying about other people that I'm calling into my life, right, is a true reflection of me, the real me, underneath all the fucking surfacey bullshit, right? And we have such an issue with that, because that is getting fucking absolutely transparently, nakedly truth truthful with ourselves, becoming so fucking true with ourselves, right? That we ain't bullshitting ourselves no more. We're just going to get honest and get deep with who the fuck we are. And know that you don't have to stay there. You don't just beat yourself up and say, you know what, right? I'm never going to find a man. I'm never going to find a woman. I'm never going to be happy. And it's like, no, you have to become the man or the woman of your dreams, right? And you also have to find what true happiness is for you. Because to put the expectation that another person is supposed to bring you a box of happiness, and when they're there, they give it to you, and then you're just happy for the rest of your life. That's not true. Anybody that's been in any relationships, you know that shit wears off. And managing a relationship takes a hell of a lot of work, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. Commitment like no other. I was married 21 years, right? I'm not a know-it-all, but I did learn a few things along 21 years of a marriage, right? That did expire, but it expired in a peaceful way, right? There wasn't warfare. There wasn't fighting over fucking stuff. How many of y'all fight over stuff and kids and all this other bullshit, right? The way that my marriage expired was we wrote up the paperwork. We didn't even go to court, you guys. That's how nasty me and my ex were. We didn't even go to court. We drew up the divorce documents, came up with a mutually equal parenting plan, right? And guess where we went? We went to the bank to have it notarized because they do it for free. I mean, that's real talk. That's real talk from somebody that, again, everybody wants it to be warfare, World War fucking 5, right? I'm going to destroy this person that I have kids with because that's somehow going to be beneficial for us. I'm going to just drag my feet and just make them suffer because that's beneficial for us. No, it's not. Right? If the relationship is due for expiration, releasing and letting go is the best thing that possible. Right? Because the more you let go, right, the more opportunity you allow for something new to come in, maybe something that is more suited for you. But yet we become what? Codependent. We become what? Complacent. We become comfortable because we have defined ourselves based on our relationships on the external. And we totally avoid throughout an entire lifetime building relationship with self. Right? I'm going to ask you guys this question again today because it's my favorite question. It's my favorite question in the whole wide world. And usually 3 out of 4 people fail this question. Right? Are you guys ready for the question of the day? Who are the top 3 people that you love most? Question of the day. Who are the top 3 people that you love most? Put it in the chat. Write it on a piece of paper. Just tell yourself in your mind who are the top 3 people you love the most. If you did not say me, myself, number 1, you failed. You failed the test. You failed the question. The test is life. And guess what? Part of it is not really your fault. You've been programmed to externalize every single relationship in your life that we never get to actually cultivate a healthy relationship with ourselves. And yet we have to do every single minute of every single day of every single year inside the body that you are walking around in, right? So why would you not want to have an incredible relationship with yourself where you can meet most of your needs, right? It's hard to meet all your needs. I've learned that, right? But in this past year plus of being single on purpose, right, with intention, right, I have learned how to meet my needs, many of my needs, not all, but a lot of my needs. And that has really built a sense of strength within me, confidence, right? To where I don't need anybody in my life, right? So that when I do welcome someone into my life, it's because I want them to be there. I desire them to be there. right? And I hope that they're in that same mindset. Again, like attracts like, law of attraction, right? That the person that invites me into their life wants me to be there, enjoys my time, enjoys my energy, knowing I don't have to be there. I'm choosing to be there. They're choosing to be there. But so many of us, we have this mindset where it's like, let me lock this person down. I had someone tell me that the other day. It's like everybody's trying, just want to lock each other down. It's like, no, I'm not trying to lock no one down, man. This is not a hostage situation in terms of relationships. But many of us, that's the way we do it. No, if you're coming in my life, the door's always open, right? Come or go as you please, right? But at the end of the day, if you choose to stay, it's because you want to invest and you want to build with me, right? Build each other up, encourage each other, celebrate each other, not bring drama, not all this other bullshit. But it's because you already have a healthy, secure relationship with yourself. You know who you are. You know what you want. You know what you love. You know what you hate. And why? Why, motherfuckers? Why? Why do you want anything? Why do you want nothing? You know how many of us lie to ourselves, and it's all about this raising the limits, right? You start talking about like supercars, right? Something like supercars, like a fucking Lamborghini or a McLaren or a Ferrari. A lot of you, I say, hey man, you want one of those? I don't want one of those. And it's like, some of you, okay, you don't want one of those. But a lot of you say you don't want one of those, but you really would want one of those. If you won the lotto, if you want to pay, if you had a huge amount of money come to you, would you get one of those? And if the answer is yes, if I had a whole bunch of money, I would get one of those. Well, then that tells me that inside of your heart, there is a desire for more than what you have. And yet you have to tell yourself, no, I don't want that, because maybe you either feel unworthy of it, you feel it's impossible, you don't feel you're good enough, right? Or you feel that there's something bad associated with that, right? Maybe your beliefs are, well, having wealth makes you a bad person, right? You've been told that money is evil, is bad. And I'm someone that believes money in the hands of good people do great things. I've been hearing that time and time again. So I went on this trip and it was incredible. I spent some time out at some state parks doing some hiking, but I did this Airbnb thing. It was the first time I'd ever done like a rent just the room. So it was like a shared space. I was by myself, so I spent 2 nights, right, on the trip that I did a shared space, because I was more in a city environment for a few nights out of the trip. And so it was really cool because the person that I was renting from, we had this conversation, and it turned out that she does these soul clearing. She does soul clearing. And I don't know what you believe about this. I don't even know what I believe about it, but I just know that things aren't accidents. This is the first time that I'd ever done a shared space. And I truly believe this person when they say, well, they usually don't even talk about that. But when you talk with me, usually we get deep. We get deep into life things. We're not just talking about the sports. Well, my team, your team, all the bullshit, right? Politics. We don't talk about that. We usually are talking about life. What is your life? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are you doing? What is the resistance in your life? What do you believe about life? Right? And it's just getting into deep conversation. So as we got into that deep conversation, she revealed that, hey, well, I do. A few years ago, I was going through a similar, she said, we were relating. She was like, I went through a similar situation like you. And this is what helped me. She went and had this Akashic Records. She had a soul clearing session done. And she felt so much relief from it that she went and then learned how to do it. That's powerful, right? When you experience something that gives you relief in your life, like authentic, true, deep relief, and then you say, you know what? this has helped me so much. I want to learn how to do this so I can help others. That's a powerful thing. That's a gift. So I do believe that, again, the law of attraction is there was a part of me that wanted to be free from some emotional attachment wounds that I was carrying around still. Again, constantly, every day, you guys, trying to improve myself, trying to release these programs, undo the programs, right? That kind of messed me up, tripped me up. And so we set up this session and I go there and she literally, it was one of those things. I don't care what you believe about this. I went in with an open mind and I'm still staying open. But I told her several people that I wanted to clear energy with. And she goes beyond just this life, is past lives. And there's so much mystery to that. Do you not think that? There's a lot of mystery to past lives. I know a lot of faiths. Maybe is it Christianity? Do you guys just think it's just this one life and that's it? That's it, right? One life. You're born a sinner. You need a saving, and there's never been previous lives. I don't know. That seems very limited. I know I've had some experiences that truly sit in my soul that tell me otherwise. That there are past lives. That we have been in different incarnations of existence throughout human history, time, maybe even different planets. I don't know. That's isn't that even what faith is? How do y'all even have faith in Jesus and salvation and anything if you know everything for sure? Because isn't that what faith is, right? Is believing something that you cannot truly prove to be factual. You just have to trust with a little bit of blindness and just hope, right? Hope that what you believe is true. So she went through, you guys, and started like talking about all these old past lives and like clearing out blockages, soul blockages from past life experiences with all these people that I had in my circle. And I can tell you that after the session, I'm not going to get deep into the details of the session, but I can tell you that something that was running under the surface in me that was very it was like it's just an emotional disturbance, an emotional unsettled, being unsettled emotionally, that I felt a sense of neutrality. I guess it would probably be like a sense of peace and calm and tranquility, right? And yet I would call it neutral because I've also done hypnotherapy, and it's the same thing. They try and you have three levels of conscience. Most of you don't realize this, and I won't get too deep into this. I'll talk about it another time. But you have your super conscience, subconscious, and then your conscience, right? We don't even talk a lot about the super conscience, but that's like divinity, right? That's like the soul level of who you are. Subconscious is like the recording program underneath the surface, and then your conscience is just right now. If you can truly understand, okay, your name, your place, where you're at, what are you doing, you're in the conscience. But you go in and out of your conscience and your subconscious way too much, and you usually run subconscious programs. They say about 80% of your awakening existence is subconscious programs. You're on autopilot. So it's crazy to even fathom half of that shit. But what happens is from the time you're born, you start incurring either pluses or minuses, meaning negative experiences or positive experiences. So getting back to neutral is when you get to a sense of neutral, it's like you turn all the pluses and minuses turn to just zeros, right? They're neither. And it's because you can get to a place of neither where it's just neutral. You're then at like this real place of bliss and peace. And I've been feeling that for the past week. And that's a part of the reason why I stepped away from the show for a week, was because I needed to allow for that, whatever that experience was that I had, this soul clearing session. I needed it to download. I needed to really see what I hope we're back. It looks like the timer's counting. I got a phone call and it disrupted everything. Such is life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, you guys, for listening. Thank you for those of you that have been supporting, right? Results kill excuses. I continue to encourage you guys, man. Get on there. Resultskillexcuses.com, man. I'm gonna probably do a big sale this weekend because I want to encourage you guys to jump on it, to support it. I hope that there may have been a little lull in the feed right now, but I'm back on here to sign off. The spiritual healing was incredible, and it just goes to show you guys that I've been on this really focused healing journey for over 11 years now, and yet every single day there's an opportunity for me to not only exercise the things that I'm learning along the way, the lessons, but also to open myself up to even new possibilities instead of these limiting beliefs that there's only one way to do something. There's not. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And I think that it's imperative that someone like myself that has actually received real healing, has cultivated a true sense of freedom, healing, improved health, wellness, finances, everything, man. The abundance is just flowing over here. That it's imperative that I go and try and share that with you guys, to inspire you guys to live your best life, to ask for help, to seek guidance, right? To look at the results, right? Channel the energy, ask the questions, right? Um, I get bummed out that there's been several people, right, that I've talked to that it's like y'all know now you all know that you need to switch something up, and then we have a conversation and then it's like you go hiding, right? And that's cool. If it's not the time, it's not the time, right? But when is the time? And that's the other thing. I'm not trying to talk anybody into doing anything that you're not ready to do, wanting to do, willing to do, because I can't carry your weight. That's the bottom line. This life is self-rescue. But the thing is I will be with you if you are ready to make a change, right? In any aspect of your life, reach out, right? I'm so thankful for my brother that has said, hey, man, I need your help. And we're stacking up results like no other. 20 pounds down, no exercise, no meal prep. 20 pounds down in 3 weeks. That's incredible. That's real results, you guys. And that could be you. If you're someone, man, woman, whatever, right, that's looking to improve your health, nutrition, and wellness, but not just temporarily, right, to get a beach body. I'm talking about having accountability to change your lifestyle, right? For the better, not for worse, to open you up to whole new possibilities and not look back, grieving, saying, man, I wish I still fucking partied and miserable. No, you're going to look back and be like, I can't believe I allowed myself to get to that place. But thank you so much for being out there, for being a light, for shining a light in my fucking eyes, to wake me up, right? to activate me to say, you know what? I need help. I'm ready to do this. I don't care what it takes, but I want to switch up because I'm tired of living miserable, feeling miserable day in and day out. I want something new for myself, right? And if that's you, reach out. Let's go, right? You could be stacking up wins, right? Now, right now. And if you're not, the question is why? Why are you afraid to raise your limits? Why are you afraid to become greater than who you are right now? Why are you afraid to seek help, to be held accountable, right? Whether it's to lose weight, to improve your confidence, right? To improve your fitness and activity regimen, right? To improve your finances, whatever area of your life, right? I'm here to help you transform who you are. And this ain't my main hustle. I got a lot of hustles, right? This is my true passion, though. The thing that makes me feel the most alive is when I connect with people on a deep level, get to the fucking root of whatever it is that's holding them back and help them to process through that, to move through it with confidence, with courage, with tenacity, and to truly start seeing the results. Holy shit, man, that makes me feel so fucking alive, man. To know that I'm pouring into somebody else as they're pouring into themselves, and then they can start pouring into others. It's an incredible, that's an incredible aspect to this life. If you think this life is all about you, in many ways it is, right? But the thing about it is for life to be fulfilling, it needs to be about you being your best. Because when you are your absolute best, your honest fucking truth of the best version of yourself, or you're at least on a fucking pathway towards that, right? Then guess what? Then you start to pour out that energy all around you. You become magnetic. You become more attractive. People want to be around you. People want to know what it is that you did to change your life because they want it. It's attractive. It's attractive. That is real attraction, is when you change up and improve your life. That you challenge yourself. You raise your standard. You raise the limits. You blow past the fucking limits of your old beliefs. Because what? You ask for help. Because 2, you start putting in the work, taking action, creating some new goals, some new dreams, digging up some old fucking dreams that you thought were dead. And saying, you know what? I'm going to resurrect this shit and I'm going to make it happen. If not now, then when? If not here, then when, man? When? When is it going to be the right time? It's never going to be the right time until now is the right time. Now, motherfuckers, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.